So, I started this journey over 2 years ago when I was inspired by a regular deaf customer at Tim Hortons. I have always felt so awkward interacting with them because I did not know what to do and how to communicate. Additionally, I have always been curious about sign language since I grew up with a couple of people who have deaf relatives. In an effort to decrease the awkwardness and finally feed my curious mind, I have signed up for American Sign Language or ASL classes online, which was 2 summers ago. Unfortunately, life got in the way and I never finished it, until I developed a goal of finishing what I began by completing this course at the end of June. My enemy for this project was procrastination. With work, school, and social life, I have put the idea of ASL classes on the back burner. Last thing you know, it's the end of June and my course was still sitting at 30%. I started panicking. But then I remembered the words of Steven Pressfield. He said, "Panic is good. When we panic, it means that we are about to cross a threshold." My panic was momentarily, but it gave me a motivation to push through that threshold and finish what I began. I had to manage my time wisely and develop a routine. To do so, I had to learn my chronotype. Being a lark essentially means being a morning person. I had to learn what my peak times are during the day in order to optimize my day and my learning in a span of 5 days. This was a bit of a challenge for me because I had to stick to a schedule in order to achieve my goal, as well as juggle school and work. I think that this also kind of worked out for me because I am extremely pressure prompted, according to my Myers-Briggs type indicator. As of July 3, I am proud to say that I have successfully completed the American Sign Language Level 1 from the International Open Academy. I have learned a lot about the deaf community, how to fingerspell the alphabet, count to 100, and some conversational words. Although I did not achieve my goal of completing my certificate within the timeline, I am still proud of myself for maintaining focus, working through setbacks, and finally being able to finish it. I learned that in order to build initiative and entrepreneurship skills, one needs a lot of willpower, mindset, and grit. It is a critical ingredient to know and learn because the number one reason people don't succeed at anything is because they give up. You are not to blame for the voices of resistance you hear in your head. There is always going to be enemies, whether that be fear, self-doubt, distraction, procrastination, etc. But through this project, I have learned that I can do whatever I set my mind to and overcome resistance. In the future, I plan to take more ASL courses now that I've known the basics. I want to be able to communicate thoroughly with the deaf community and make everyday life easier and more accessible for them.